enough confidence in the things that I know. I have enough wisdom to see the logic will be shown. I got one chance to show you what I got. I got one chance to show I'm confident or not. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, and the fools are running away. It's not what you say, it's only what you can prove. You better watch your step, you better mind your P's and Q's. You got one chance, show me what you got. You got one chance to show you confident or not. Don't get caught in the matrix of all of these fakers. Society spinning, and I'm just here living on the ground. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, logically thinking, and the fools are running away. You're flipping over backwards to show me where you think you are. Your model dictates that you never see too far. Shrinking in the distance, you can do fuck all with an angle, and the fools are running away.
Do not curve. Seems really strange.
How did it go from I'm just here to laugh at you to I'm here to learn? Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Maybe he's here to learn how to laugh.
Maybe.
Is it? It's because he's listening in for somebody. He's got a crew in the background.
Or it's a setup.
Probably trying to record.
Oh, look at I'm the victim. These mean people.
It's okay because we do have evidence of how he behaved in the past few times he's been in here, so
Even if he doesn't.
don't think that one's going to work.
Yeah, I'm not really too bothered about talking all the time he's in here, to be honest, unless he's here to, like, you know, take part and not laugh at us.
Yep, he's definitely got some kind of ulterior motives.
Yeah. Which not a big deal, but
Yeah, let's play the silence game.
Quite nice, actually.
It is, yeah.
I was talking to my son today, and he said about, you know, like awkward silences. I said, there are no awkward silences. The only thing that makes the silence awkward is you thinking that it's awkward.
No, that's the truth. That is true, actually.
Just moments of contemplation, aren't they?
why fill the space with just rambling? Yeah, I might have to leave.
We've got a YouTube channel to keep going. I suppose you've got to keep talking shit.
Oh shit! Yeah. You can't like have any quiet time in a YouTube because it's just I get that. Yeah. No contemplation, just information. Maybe that's what you should do in your videos, Bev. Just sort of like pause and say, "I'm going to give you a minute now to contemplate."
I do. I'll leave the pauses in. It's good when we can leave them pauses. There's a good one in that Hex. In fact, I think there's 2 or 3.
Yeah, there is, mate. Yeah, good point actually.
I'll put another one of those out, actually. Which one? Hex and the horizontal, or Hex, water level curve of the earth? I'll put that one out, I think. Because that is something we're going to have to do, I think. Go over the definitions. Just so when people come round here, they understand the words that we use and why we use them in the way that we do use them. And especially if we make short videos on it as well, on each one of them. So bullet point topics.
I was going to say I haven't spoke to you about it since you put the words in that song with Buster. You know, like we said, like, oh, what do you think we should do? And I said, oh, maybe blend some words in, and you did it. And it looked bloody, it was good.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
You did that
Yeah,
nice.
that was one of the best things, I think. Like, you know, when you said that, it needs some words. Okay. And then I found that shooting up the canal, that fitted quite really well, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Very good.
Oh, look at that. Norman's trying to lead Brandon over to the globe. Over there on Brandon's.
And this guy, if you go to lecture 7, he does talk about Gauss.
Yeah, do you have to talk about Gauss? Because that's Gaussian curvature.
Yeah, and he says it in here, however you cannot unknow a sphere. There's no way to map a piece of a sphere to a piece of the plane without distorting lengths of curves. If you try to flatten a portion of a sphere shaped piece of paper, you would always end up crumpling it. This is why this explains why it is not possible to make a nice map of the world which preserves both angles, areas. Something needs to be distorted.
And they distort the water.
I mean, this is just, oh, wow.
Because it's pretty obvious that the land can't curve because of the water, the way the water flows downhill. So they just curve the water. So that's why they always say Sea level? But sea level.
It's like they give you. This is the craziness. They came to give you one thing in one hand and then take it away in the other. It's crazy. You should read that lecture 7 in there. Or maybe not.
You end up Penrosing yourself. Like, honestly, as soon as you get into any of the realms away from Euclid, you're fucked.
Well, they even say that in here. He says, you know, I don't even want to read it, but it's crazy. I mean, he agrees with what you just said, but then they go on to explain
how you do it. Yeah, how it is. It's just imagine this.
I mean, they say it can't work, and you have to do all. I mean, what does he say? Let me find it. I'll read it because it's pretty descriptive. Final remark: note that parameterization independent features of geometry are what Einstein needs for a reasonable description of physics. He wishes to allow us to use all sorts of crazy coordinate systems, and his laws of physics should hold on equal footing in all of them. Thus, the laws of physics should be described in terms of intrinsic features of the geometry. It's like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Because Einstein says what we need to do is we need to come up with something that we know we can't do. Take you into imagination. Stones getting an education. Be getting hints and tips for all of these people to come out with.
Yeah, I hate to even read some of it. Oh well.
It's like we know Stone won't listen and understand it, but the guys who are listening in the background, they might. If there's any that are clever enough. They're definitely not brave enough to come in and talk about it.
No.
And I do mean brave, because I do think you're brave coming in here.
Yeah, they're kind of scared.
Arguments and fallacies taken from the book of lies and deceit. There are those who will never see the gift of Logos that was given to me. And I know how water flows, and I know what level shows.
Lecture 9.
You'll be wasting your time, mine, trying to change what's been defined. I know what I know. I know what I know. You don't know what you don't know. Blackpool paradox. You think it's measuring, but it's not. It's optical phenomenon. All you fools think you know what's beyond. I know how water flows,
actually defines curvature. I've never heard this anybody give this definition of curvature. That's a pretty good one, I
I
guess.
know how water flows, and I know what
Does he use triangles?
Well, I'll read it. Curvature equals rate of change of the unit tangent
trying to change what's been defined.
Tangent.
Yeah. Yeah, so he is using a circle.
Yeah. Tangent's a straight line.
And a unit tangent vector is a direction, not, I may add, along a radius line in relation to the tangent.
The horizon means the line.
Because there would be a
where the
point
sky
where there
meets
is
the earth.
an infinite
That's the definition
distance,
I'm going
right?
by.
All
And I'm saying-
horizontals are
Let me
parallel to
finish,
the
let me
plane of the
finish.
horizon.
Let me finish. You can't just spout your logic at me. I'm still talking.
Well, it depends, I suppose.
Golly.
Yeah, does that actually work, though?
That
Do you reckon, Stone? You reckon the unit tangent vector works as a definition for curvature? Because we all know the tangent is a right angle to the radius at the point. But the unit tangent vector, how would that work? Would that work to the centre as a radius? As a distance to the tangent? I'm not so sure. And if it was worked at a perpendicular from the tangent, then there would only be a certain distance before that unit vector turned into an infinite and it was away from the circle that it's meant to be pertaining to. Doesn't seem to have equated that into his curvature rate, does he? So that curvature rate would have to be worked out, wouldn't it, as a ratio of Pythagoras? Something like 8 inches per mile squared. But that's a parabola. That's not the... he's struck. What do you reckon, Stone? How do you reckon? How did you work it when you were doing it? I think Gauss has got a problem.
I just want to know how they do it if it's a geoid, because it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be level all throughout the geoid. So that means their level is not level.
they're just. We're dealing in relativism here. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Geometric relativism.
Yeah. Can't
Don't
define
really.
anything because once you define something, it gives you a problem somewhere else. So it's all
Yeah.
just relativism.
Don't, any thoughts? Guess not.
Yeah. You struggle
But yeah,
to
when
define a tangent as a straight line as well, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Could you? I'm not too sure. I think straight lines have already gone out the window, haven't they? Like Hex said. The tangent is
Being
imagined as a
horizontal.
horizontal, and therefore that tangent is the curve.
Benizontal.
Mm.
Oh, man, you should see what this guy's doing just to get his relativism in. It's just mind-boggling.
They'll just tell you, like Stone will tell you that you're not clever enough to understand it. And then he can then imagine that him is being very clever.
But he's using that relativism to say, I can have a tangent that's a straight line, but then right down below it, straight line's curved. It's like, well, just having your cake and
Was-
eating it too.
It was the same as Thomas Andrew Young with the refraction. Explaining how it's done on a flat plane, and then right beneath that says, but it has to be curved.
Locally horizontal. When you put all the locals together, it forms a curve.
Donegal. Dun, dun,
Boom,
dun.
boom, boom. And bam!
Return of the Donegon. Yeah, I've never seen that sharp horizontal edge all of a sudden go at a different angle.
In 6 minutes. Do you know what? You know Bertie Charlie from the YouTubes. He tells me I should just learn the globe model instead of asking Hex.
Was he throwing Hex under the bus?
Well, Hex is just like the globe my model dictates, right? I mean, Hex is obviously going on a tour to tell everybody how the globe model works. I should just learn it rather than getting Hex to tell me how his globe model works. He says, no, learn the... he says, why doesn't Bev just learn the globe model instead of asking these questions? He's not gents, he's just straw manning. And I put, do you mean learn or remember stories told? I'm just giving people a chance to explain their perceived reality. You can come and tell us where he was wrong anytime. To which Mr. M. Stone replies, because he's delusional. No need to try and help. Just point and laugh. Point in laugh. And then Bertie's come back with, no, learn the globe model. There is only one, and he said nothing wrong. You just ask straw men questions when you probably know the answer to. Is that right, Stone? Do you believe a horizontal is a circle? Or is that what your model dictates? Because I don't know anybody else who's ever said that before. I mean, we did initially make it as a joke because we said that's the only way out for the globe model. But, like, do you all agree now that that is what's needed? I'd find that great. You can point and laugh at me all day for saying that horizontal is a straight line. I hope you're getting a really, really good chuckle out of this now. Because, get ready, everyone's gonna hear.
I wonder what people will say if you have to walk up to random strangers and ask them, is horizontal a circle?
Or a straight line. Pretty simple.
And I wonder what the answer will be.
Mm.
Because they're not in this arena, so they don't know what topic's about. And I can guarantee you, almost 100% of the time, the people are going to say, horizontal is a straight line.
Well, do you know how many flat earthers that would make? Because Hex also said that, Stone. You agree with Hex when he said that in order for a horizontal to be a straight line, you need a flat earth. So anyone that says horizontal that's a straight line is a flat earther. Get ready. You're gonna be flooded with flat earthers. I predict it. There's gonna be a massive increase in flat earthers coming soon.
You're a flat earther? Oh my goodness.
If you think horizontal is a straight line, yep.
It's Flurfers now. The Flurspective has talked. And he's making videos now as Flurspective, so I think that name will somehow live on for a while. These moles are taking it to flat earth. Just that name is it just triggers me.
Yeah, the glurfers.
I think it triggers them too.
Yeah, substituting perspective with perspective.
Yeah, they have that dimensionality to them. Just call them something that they get triggered on. That's something that they hate. You know, they hate when you take a stand for what you're talking about. Like if you're thinking critically about what you're saying. That's just how they.
Yep.
Fortunately, they're not going to be around for too much longer if they keep this up. All this infighting. I think it's going to get more prevalent. Just people going against each other.
Yeah, it's happening more and more now.
Yeah, they don't understand basically anything that. Well, I guess maybe they do actually understand everything we say, but I guess they don't. Some of them, I think some of them just don't want to recognize it, or most of them at least.
Yeah, they want to keep. Like I said, they want to keep lying to themselves, so they have to ignore it.
Yeah, it's them going around things and not addressing things. I guess though they throw that back on people who don't believe in their model, and they say, "Well, give me a model. Why don't I have a model? It's like why don't I have this? Why don't I have that?" Like, well, because you've been taught that you need something like that. What do you think has been just burned in the back of your mind since you're like, very young? It's just give me a model, show me how that works. If it doesn't work like that, then hey, it can't be real, right? If I don't see it, and if people tell me it's real, then it has to be real. 4th of July. Seems like I might be the Buster's American. So is Arkia. I don't think I'm gonna have fireworks today. I might go watch them. I honestly, when it comes to them talking about angles and dips and curves and valleys, and you can't understand perspective, and you don't know how far this is away from that. You haven't put it into the real model. Just for me, it just seems like most of it is just a bunch of gobbledygook now. It's just like you have to like really try to understand them like really hard now what they're saying, or else you just get lost in their fantasy world if you don't really try hard to understand what they're talking about, especially with perspective and just atmospheric cleansing, like this quantum effects, these things that shrink in the distance and they go up, and you can't have a level horizontal, um, and we've actually proven it every time we go, or you guys go out there. It's just like they think that that's being proven somehow, or with everything that does or something, which is crazy.
Yeah, Stone, are you actually going to talk or are you just sitting in here? Same with Parmesan.
Did you want me to talk about something?
Well, that's kind of the point of people being in here.
Well, I'm just learning from you people.
I'm sure you are.
Far more educated, far more advanced than myself.
Wow, man, sounds really interesting.
Would you like to join the conversation, Parmesan?
Sure. What's the conversation about?
Anything you wish to talk about? Mr. Stone apparently wishes to learn, so... If you have something you'd like to teach him, feel free.
I have nothing to teach. I'm not a teacher.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think this is the right place to learn stuff. Do you?
No? Why not?
Because it's a Discord server called Next Level.
Okay. And because all we ever do is just sit in here. We don't ever go out and actually do things.
I didn't say that. And I don't know what you guys do, but I don't think this is the best place to learn. That's all I said.
No, well, no, I agree with that, especially in Mr. Stone's case. So.
If you don't want to learn, why are you here then? Are you just here to talk about dumb shit all day?
Yeah, a bit of pastime.
You're just here to say dumb shit, yeah, basically.
I'm just having my tea, but remember, we've got this big presentation we want to get across, so we're still trying to look for the best way to put across this the opening when you want to talk to people. They might be able to help how to put that across.
Not sure what you mean. Like opening up your presentation.
I think you just want to say dumb shit all day, honestly. just not have anything worthwhile to contribute to anything.
What's your level of education?
Who was that question to?
I'm not
The
sure
one
anyone. I'm not sure anyone's been to as many colleges as you have, Mr.
Yeah,
Stone.
I'm sure you're more educated than everyone.
Okay, that wasn't my question, but that's a fair answer.
Well, you did tell us all about your courses that you did. But
Did
you
I?
you used to spend about a year in each college before you moved on, and you managed to get through 4.
Which college taught you that water curves?
It's a degree now, curvology. The bending of straight lines is an actual
No,
degree
it's geometric relativism. Get it right.
now. When straight lines curve. It's my new book to order. There's PhDs in it, so I mean it has to be correct. Bertrand Russell's saying it's true, so hey, it has to be true.
PhD in Bendizant. How many geometry courses do you have to take before you are taught that level lines curve at a certain distance? Unknown distance, a distance that's never been given.
Geez, you two are really boring. Stone and Parmesan. I don't understand. If you have nothing to say, why are you here?
Again, I'm here to learn. You're very, very intelligent people in here. I'm just here to learn.
Yeah. And again, I will have to tell you that Americans cannot do sarcasm. So please, don't
Someone's
ruin it.
got to be sarcastic. Americans can't do sarcasm. Who are you, the authority on any of that shit?
He's falling back into the same old script.
Same old
Fail
script.
safe. Yeah, your fail safe of pretending like you're smart and sounding really stupid.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead.
It's really old. It's just sickening.
Hey, don't let me bother you. Y'all go ahead, have this highbrow conversations that y'all have. I'm
Yeah, you're still
just
doing
trying
it.
to understand them.
But if you're not involved in the conversation, you can leave.
Okay.
So it's entirely up to you. Be part of the conversation or off you go.
Well, that's a bit unfair. There's plenty of people in this room who are not part of the conversation, and you're telling them to go.
But before you two came in, pretty much everybody was talking. It's very, very, very rare that we have anyone in here who doesn't participate in conversation. This is not kind of like gem server where you just sit there and listen to arguments all day.
Okay, well, why don't you guys just carry on talking, and maybe I could join in when something comes up that I want to share an opinion on.
Okay, well, we've tried this the last few days, and today's the first day you've actually opened your mic. So, not sure how much progress we're making here.
I'm happy to leave if you don't want me here.
What's the point
Well,
of you being here?
if anybody else has anything they want to chat about, feel free. I'll leave it to you guys.
I'm back. That's good timing, right? Like I say,
Back in action.
yeah, we've got like I don't know whether a big presentation or something coming up, and we're just trying to work a way out to you. How do you initiate a conversation with somebody to grasp them at the beginning of a video? If you've only got 3 minutes to do it, you've only got one chance. How do you do it? I mean, obviously, we're talking about this to everyone, right? So I reckon you'd have to do it to 3 different types of groups of people. The ones who are inquisitive, the ones who don't actually know anything about it at all, and then the ones who fight against it. They're the 3 different groups of people, right? For any sort of an idea. Would you agree on that, guys? Parmesan.
I would agree with it. Yeah.
I'll see if I can get the other guys' impressions off it, because they're who I'm after, really.
Sounds right. I don't really know much about the area. I guess you should speak to some YouTubers. They'll be more interested, or will probably know more about that.
Well, this is more marketing, isn't it? It's not really just YouTubers, because we try and innovate. We don't want to ask people what they do. I mean, they just
I suppose there's overlap with marketing. Yeah.
So if you were trying to get somebody gripped within a 3-minute video, what would your...
I honestly have no idea. It's not my area.
What about if you were just wanting to get to talk to somebody about a particular topic? Like, how would you grip them within a 3-minute?
I'll just ask them about the topic, I guess. Again, not my area, so I don't really know. Can't give you any good pointers on that, unfortunately.
How would one initiate a question with you, for instance?
Just ask me a question.
Okay. Can a straight line curve?
Straight line is a straight line, but it does depend on the context.
Straight line. Curvature.
Straight line on the surface of a football is technically not really a straight line.
Well, there you go then. So you've answered that one. So let's start again. Can a straight line curve?
I just finished. But in common, how we normally talk, if you draw a straight line on the surface of a football, it's a straight line on the surface of a football, and you call it a straight line.
Well, you say when we commonly talk, we don't do that.
Okay, how I understand language, maybe my language is not. I don't know. Maybe I need to relearn the language. But what would you call it then? A straight line that's on the surface of a ball. What would you call it then?
I call that a curved line because it's on the surface of a curved
What would you call
object.
a line on the surface of a ball that's not straight, that's curved?
A line on a ball, a line on a curved surface, right?
No. The actual line itself is curved as well as being on the surface of the ball.
Yeah, if it went all the way round, it would be called a circle, wouldn't it?
Not all the way around, it's just a line. But it's not straight.
A segment of a circle, an arc of a circle then, yeah? A curve, a partial part of a circle.
So how would you distinguish the two? One that's straight on relative to the surface of the ball, and one that's curved relative to the surface of the ball.
A straight line relative to the surface of a circle is called a tangent. So I would presume a straight line relative to the surface of a sphere is also called a tangent. But I would call that a tangent plane.
I'm talking about a line. You take a football, you take a marker, and you draw a line on the surface of the football.
Mm-hmm. Well, that football
you drew the line
surface,
straight.
Right?
In one case, you drew the line straight, like straight with your marker, and another case you curved it as you were drawing it. How would you call them in a different way?
They would both be circles, wouldn't they? They would both
Not
be
going all the way around, just like a little portion. You're not going all the way around, so it's not really a circle.
A portion of a circle, then. They would both be curved for me. Anyway, because it's on the surface of a sphere is a surface of constant curvature. So for me, on that surface, you cannot have, it's a three-dimensional surface, isn't it? When you're talking about drawing a line on a ball that you're holding, that is a three-dimensional object, and that surface is three-dimensional with constant curvature. Apart from the stitching bits, right?
So both of them would be curved lines for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm interested when you say we, when we normally say that. Who is that group that you're talking about? And how big would you say that group of people is? Because, I mean, this is, if I'm trying to get a presentation to as many people as possible, how many people do you imagine are in that group that you called we, that said, you said that you could have a straight line on the surface of a ball?
I don't know. I would guess that a majority of people would call it a straight line if you drew, like I said, like I gave the example, on the surface of a ball.
Yeah.
You draw a straight line. I would expect that majority of people, 90% or so, would call it straight line and not curved line.
Wow. That's a good claim. I mean, but that's good for us. So
that's my guess.
If I aim 90% of the people not knowing what a straight line is.
But that's not about not knowing. That's about what. Obviously, everybody would understand that it actually curves because it follows the curved surface.
Oh.
But in terms of how you're describing something, you describe it as a straight line drawn along the surface.
No, you can't say people would know it isn't a straight line, but they would call it a straight line anyway. Is that peer pressure or something that makes
No, that's just how you talk normally, no?
Well, because they've been told to? I mean,
no, because that's how language works. We talk in a way that we understand each other, and that's how I would understand it. And maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, maybe. But I would expect other people to understand it in the same way. If you say straight line along the surface of a ball, they would understand it's straight relative to the surface of the ball, even though it curves with the surface.
Yeah, I don't think that's a little bit weird, that, to say that it's both straight and curved. Like, you know it's not straight, but you're going to call it straight. Just because
I don't think it's weird.
I think somebody's told you to say that that's straight. I don't think you've ever been taught that anywhere. Have you ever done any geometry in school, or further geometry?
Further geometry.
Yeah. Other than what you learnt at school, like, have you ever looked into geometry? Is this a save?
Stone.
Save.
What's up? I'm curious. What is further geometry?
It's a further than what you know, right? We know you haven't.
What?
We've already been there with you, Stone. I was talking to
what?
Parmesan. Is he?
Like what?
Have you come to save him? Was he getting stuck then by saying straight lines were curves?
I'm asking
I reckon.
you what is further geometry.
Can you just sit back just for a minute and let them carry on? The Parmesan was talking about just for a minute. Thank you.
No, that's it. The call's been gone out. He said something stupid. Somebody's told Stone, the dudes that Stone's listening with, has told him to help out Parmesan because he was getting stuck, making himself look ridiculous.
Serious right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Parmesan was making himself look like a dick by saying straight lines on the surface.
That's not very nice, is it?
Didn't agree with, so somebody must be helping.
I know it's awful that that Stone has to come in and help you. It's really bad. I'm glad you agree.
Is what you're saying about me, even though all I did was give you an example of drawing the line. But anyway, I don't think I want to be here.
Yeah, all right. Are you off? Parmesan's gone. Yeah, you did your job there, Stone. Well done. Well done.
Thank you, man. I don't know what to think I did, but whatever, bro.
No, that was good. That was good timing, because, I mean, like, you were right. He had said some stupid shit.
What are you talking about? He said something stupid. Something that you don't understand, so it's stupid.
So, you're one of that 90% then? When he said we earlier, are you part of that group?
I don't know what you're talking about. You need
the group that think you can have straight lines on the surface of a sphere.
Smart people, man.
Surface of constant curvature. You believe you can have a straight line on that surface of constant curvature.
Yeah, I posted something, man. You ought to try looking some of this up before you just go rambling off about it.
You think we've not looked it up, or have you just Googled it
really quick? I don't know, man. It's considering your education level, I'm not sure if it helps you to look it up or not.
Oh, Luke has made a logbook, has he? Is that who you're using as your source? Luke and his logbook? Or
that's one way you can look it up. You can look it up like that.
You can ask questions. Is that like Rumpus was doing? You know, who's that? Is that one of your did you ask that question? And that's the answer somebody's give you. Are you Luke Stone?
Am I Luke?
Yeah.
Oh, so to post something, it has to be my website. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, where did you get that from? Is it just a random person has asked another random question and some random person has answered it for him? And you've just Googled it, that question,
so
and that's what you found.
You're going off into fucking...
Well, you tell us. You tell us. I don't really like clicking links because I know what people do with those sort of links. So you just give us an outline on the answer that person got given when he wrote the question. Can you draw a straight line on a curved surface?
It's literally typed in there. Can you draw a straight line on a curved surface?
Yeah,
you can type that in yourself and Google it.
Or you can Google it.
Or I can know for myself that if it's a curved surface, it can't have a straight line on it. I mean, that's pretty simple, basic logic. There's a difference between a straight line and a curved line. There has to be.
Obvious you don't know, though, so you need to look these things up and try to understand them.
I do know. I'm trying to get a presentation together.
Trying to get a presentation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on a straight line
let me know
and a curved line. Yeah.
Can I ask the question?
Go on, it's one of the oldest questions. Yeah. Buster's coming.
Well, I'm just asking, so if you draw a line...
I think we might have broke him.
He's glitching. That's what they do.
Yeah.
It's the straight line glitch.
If you draw a line on a ball, are you calling it a straight line?
What are you calling it?
Any line.
Any line. Oh, so now we've gone off in the weeds.
No, it's on topic. If you draw a line on a circle or on a ball, are you calling that a straight line?
Dude, he's not gonna answer. He's just gonna like laugh and just glitch out.
Yes, we're calling that a straight line. Have you looked this up, or are you just going off in the weeds?
It's on topic, I thought.
Again, I'm just going to listen, let y'all go ahead, go at it.
You're on about drawing a line on a ball and calling it straight, aren't you?
If you draw a straight line on a ball, is it not straight?
Well, I was going to ask a follow-up question. If you draw a line on a ball and you're calling it a straight line, then
I draw a straight line on a ball. Is it not straight?
Are you having it curved?
If I draw a straight line on a ball, is it not straight?
No, it's curved.
Okay, so it's curved. It's not straight. Even
It's
if I
on
draw
a
a
ball,
straight
mate.
line.
It's on a ball, isn't it? Of course it's curved. What don't you get about that?
What don't you get about it being a straight line?
Well, then what's a straight line?
So this comes down to you don't understand lines. See, this is
no. If you were to extend that line out, say past the horizontal, and it just keeps on going straight.
I'm just
okay.
Well, no. So.
And it just keeps going straight, right? What's the difference between that and it curving downwards on with that immediate section? Like, is that local? What you guys call local? Is that also curving down?
When you say you guys, do you mean like people that believe that the Earth is a spherical object, or you just mean like you sane people, like you people that understand?
I think he put you in a group of we before. That was Parmesan. You not remember? That was the group of people that think they can have a straight line on a curved surface.
You've grouped all these people by talking to
Parmesan did, and then you joined that group by saying yes, you think that. So yes,
there's obviously a lot of people that think that.
So Parmesan said as well. He said 90%. How many people do you imagine would say the same?
I don't know. Does it matter?
Well, that's the question, right? You jumped into a group of we by joining that group.
We. You've
now said a lot of people would do the same. So you've made that group even bigger.
I realize this is going to go into the semantical weeds. I'm sorry I stepped in. Just go ahead and go on. This is a lot more fun if I just don't talk. Go ahead.
Well, you were the one that stepped in. Do you not remember?
My mistake. Please go ahead.
It was. So are you taking back now the straight line on the surface of a ball, or are you...
I was out of line. Just please go ahead.
You just realised you're out of your depth.
Yeah, I'm completely...
Thank you.
Yep, that restore case there. You can't explain anything without anything.
Well, you've been a great help. Thank you. We've got rid of one, and I think I'm just about done now because I don't think you've really got anything else to offer us, and you've already told us about the straight line.
He said he came to listen and wanted to learn. You got in a conversation with Parmesan, and then all of a sudden he wants to pipe up and take over the conversation, and then follow up.
No, see, that was my mistake. My
We've
mistake.
come back in again.
Please. Learning. Please go ahead.
Yeah, just is the learning like when to butt in to people's conversations, or is it just to, I don't know, show us lot the tactics that people use to derail conversations? Because if that is the idea, then you're doing very well. Thank you very much. Everyone will be taking note of every time you jump in and the reasons for which you jump in. And then also they will be seeing exactly what happens when you sort of wave goodbye and say, I'm going to have to step out of this because I've realised I'm way out of my depth in the conversation.
Yeah, so I'm obviously way out of my depth here. And you are, you're...
Well, it's only straight lines, but yeah, really I think you are. You're way out of your depth.
How intelligent you are. It is...
it doesn't take much intelligence.
I am in awe of your
pure logic.
It is
and reasoning.
Well, not everybody has this pure logic and reason, man.
That's very obvious. Thank you very much.
I would agree with that. Off the charts with you, man. I am really surprised that you're not an academic or teaching this somewhere.
I may be autistically logic. I may be. Maybe very well.
I think we need to put this
logically autistic.
You need to get your Pulitzer. You need to get your accolades as the intellectual that you are. This
Wow.
needs to come.
It's not about Bev, though, is it? It's about the argument.
This needs to get out to other people. You don't need to just keep it to this, a few people on the internet. You need to get out to other people and share your intelligence with them, so we can get through the lies.
About Bev or anybody else, it's purely about the argument.
Straight lines. It's just about straight lines. It was just about how to
You
best
cannot
approach
draw
a
a straight
conversation.
You're going to change the world with this. This is
You
going to change
cannot
the
draw
world.
a straight line on
They're
a
all
curved
gonna-
surface. It is physically impossible.
They've lied about physics. They've lied about the shape of the earth. Nobody really knows anything.
No.
Physics.
Like, yeah, wow. I mean, yeah, obviously, because he's talking about a ball, he's talking about a physical object, and that's obviously 3D. He might be catching on to the fact that it might not be able to have a straight line on a curved surface. Physically, right?
This is a breakthrough. We need to get this out to other people, because
That's what the presentation's about. Yeah, yeah.
This is amazing. You need to put that together as soon as possible. This needs to get out to the people.
The fact that...
No,
wait a minute. It needs to get out to the people that straight lines are different to curves, or that certain group of people think that straight lines are curves. Which is it that needs to get out there to the people?
Far be it from me to talk about something that I am way out of my depths on. So I really need your presentation, because I can't do it. Obviously, I am way out of my depths.
You're sort of helping. You are sort of helping.
Open-minded as you. You are a beacon of light in a sea of darkness.
I'm sort of.
We need you. We need you.
I'm thinking of a way to make you center stage on this, though.
Dude, you don't know how much we need you. I mean, we need this information out there. I mean, obviously, all these people are out in the weeds and just, stumbling around in the dark. We need people like you to bring the logic, to bring the open-minded conclusions to this.
To point out that straight lines don't curve. I agree. I really do. I think it does need to get out there.
To get past these lies and these liars. Lied about physics, the shape of the earth. And
who's lying now?
They're all lying.
All of whom?
All science and math.
Really?
They're all lying.
I wouldn't say all of them.
Have to be.
Would you?
They're lying.
You can't be all of them.
A lot, like 99% of the people that we think know stuff, they don't really know stuff.
A straight line being straight is provable.
They really know stuff. People that studied orbital mechanics, stuff like that, they don't really know that stuff. They just know stuff that they've been told. And I think it's an atrocity.
Okay. But we can prove straight lines being straight, though. So there is a basic foundation that you can always go back to.
Call out these liars.
When you get struggling like this. I know. It's hard work when you hear it, isn't it?
It is. It is very difficult to separate myself from the lies that I've been told and to take on the truth.
Yeah. Well, from this point forwards, we can go... We can keep going forwards now with straight lines not being circles.
Just be gentle with me.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me.
Yeah. It's like the difference between a square and a circle. It's fantastic when it's sort of freeing, isn't it? To know that a straight line is different than a curved line. You can sort of breathe deeply.
I think that's when he panicked. When he heard his other buddy saying that a straight line cannot curve, I think that's when he came in, the panic set in.
Mm-hmm.
It is the panic. There's also a lot of panic when I hear about the skateboard paradox. It hurts me.
Oh, that's a bit more advanced, that. We don't want to get onto that just yet.
So, I'm sorry. Just be gentle with me. Be gentle. This is a lot. This is a lot to take on.
Well, this is a different approach today. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't know. My whole reality has been broken.
No. Surely not. Not from you finding out that a straight line isn't a circle. That can't be.
I've been wondering if we've been lied to for quite a while, and it was the straight lines that did it.
Wow. Is that over at Gem Panda's server? Are they the ones that have been telling you this?
I've been told all my life, basically. And now it's just come down to this.
And the overacting award goes to M. Stone.
It's all right. This is what happens to them, though, right?
You've broken my paradigm.
He's just expressing his internal monologue externally. Yeah.
He thinks he's funny, I think, but he's actually kind of
not
serious.
funny, dude. You've broken
That's
my
his
paradigm.
innards crying out.
Yeah.
It is, I think.
I hope you're recording this, man.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, are you recording this?
Like I say, I've got a presentation to do. We need to express to people how the straight line problem, right? I don't know what do you call it. It needs a word. Can somebody make up a thing? He's suffering from geometric relativism.
Cognitive dissonance.
Are you suffering from geometric relativism? Don't be like M. Stone.
M. Stone wrote the theory of relativism geometrically.
It relatively hasn't got a clue about what's going on, but knows that there is obviously a problem between straight lines and curves. Just can't work it out.
I'm glad I unmuted.
Oh, I've worked it out, and I've worked out that they've been lying to us.
Over at Gem Pandas, they do it all the time. I did a video earlier this week about Bob, the lying guy.
My entire life, you understand?
Yeah, like I say, you'll be finding us pointing fingers at people and saying, that's a lie. Quite often. Yeah.
I thought the Earth was spherical.
Like if we've got a proof, then you realise that you have to have a proof to be able to knock the proof. And if you don't have that other proof, I can't imagine you having one if we've got a proof. But if you do have that, then if you don't have it, then yeah, we're going to have to say it's a lie. We notice things that you're not doing quite right. Point it out. That's what we do. That's what I do anyway.
Well, it's just a whole lot to take on because, I've been dealing with this my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a lot of professors and whatnot, and to understand that they've been lying to me about all this, it's just a really
how many professors have you had that actually have told you that straight lines curve? Because I imagine there's not very many of them.
Yeah, they don't really know that at all.
Yeah.
Well, what about the ones that told me about plate tectonics, gravity?
Yeah, they wouldn't be geometry teachers telling you the basics and fundamentals,
spherical geometry,
straight lines and curves. I mean, because that's all we were at, and you had your little meltdown because you couldn't work out the fundamentals.
Why are you making fun of me?
Professor that told him straight lines curve.
This is a call out now. Will I give a shout out to all of the professors that go round telling your students that straight lines curve? Look at what you do to these people. M. Stone.
I'm coming.
We will help you through this.
And this is how.
A shout out to all of the professors that do 1 year courses at colleges. Of which M. Stone has had lots of.
I had professors, damn it.
Sounds like Turn Up. Is he challenging Turn Up on the dramatics, over dramatics?
Yeah, just get stuck with them. He's gonna just do it from now on.
Look, I'm coming to terms with my cognitive dissonance.
Mm-hmm.
I'd really like you to just be gentle.
It's just the fundamentals.
Have you,
Wait till
have
we
you
get
ever
into
thought
it.
about a career in acting, Stone?
Oh my God, you think I'm acting?
Voice actors, they've been doing it all the time. I bet he's got about 3 or 4 different accounts, some different voices. How many different voices you ever tried,
Oh
Stone?
my God, Bev knows everything. I'm so sorry.
Oh, dear.
Give us some of your names of your sock accounts.
Just give us, I don't know, 4 or 5.
Okay, there's one called It's a Sphere, You Dummy. And then one's called Flurfs Are Dumb. And then It's a Ball. And then
I thought they were all ranty sock accounts.
Gravity.
They were you.
Yeah, you know about my sock account.
You don't share them with ranty, do you?
Bro, do you need help? Like, are you on any drugs? Any Vicodin? Painkillers?
Drugs to give me.
It's got to be on drugs to believe that shit.
Yeah.
It's a nice, impressive display. And does anybody get a grip on, like, is there a way? Obviously, it seems like we've got 90% of the people covered by the basic fact that a straight line doesn't curve in the presentation. But it seems like we have to go a lot easier with them, because they're of a fragile mental state. The first guy, Parmesan, had to run off because it was just too much for him. That M. Stone had to come and jump in to save him. And now look at this, what's happening? And that's just starting with the straight line not curving.
As long as he's all right, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
And you reckon, I know you said you belong to the group of, Parmesan said 90%. I don't want to put a number on you, but you were part of that we group that he said 90%. You imagine that it's a lot. I think you said 99.999 or something percent. Now,
those are just numbers they put in my head.
Yeah. Well, of that, how many people do you think would react like you are doing at the minute? Because this may be pretty dangerous. If we we might have to put a warning on this.
You can break someone's mind.
Wow. Thank you very much. So a warning label on the warning sensitive content. Sensitive geometric content.
You can't just break my whole reality and just walk away.
This information may break your reality. That's a good what do they call it? Clickbait title. That's really good. That. Thanks, Stone.
You're welcome.
Warning. This info may make you act like M. Stone. Big flashing lights.
Do you think this is funny?
Yeah, I think it's funny, sir. I do. I actually do. Comedy. You're here again for comedy. I love it. You never fail.
Y'all have broken me.
No, we just shown you to be a liar again.
Oh, stop!
Don't blame us, mate. You were the one that were lied to, being told a curved line is fucking straight.
Indeed, Brian Rabbit, I'm so sorry.
So you should be.
I like that. Warning: sensitive geometric content may break your reality. Watch out. We should have a warning.
Yeah.
Every
yeah,
day.
and then underneath the great reveal.
Yeah.
Like the straight line.
Yeah, just underline it.
Underline it.
Feel a meme coming.
Would that underline be curved?
Warning, reality.
Your reality may be under threat. Do not enter the next level Discord server.
Where do we go from here now that I know that everyone's lying to me?
I didn't say everybody's lying to you. That's you over dramatising it. We're just telling you that straight lines don't curve.
I told him in chat where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, warm bath.
Yeah.
Your balls will drop soon, sir. Warning, if you've gone to more than 3 colleges, this information could be dangerous to you.
Surely there must be a helpline set up.
Well, that's what we can do. We might be able to sort that out. You know, we get some funding. Should we start a GoFundMe?
No, I'm not answering the phones. Not a chance, Brian.
We'll have Emma DM them all back.
Yeah. Sending out messages.
We'll have Emma in charge of the DM department.
Yeah. It will run perfectly. There will be no issues whatsoever.
No complaints.
Yeah, no complaints. Everything's fine.
We'll make Turnip in control the complaint department. Turnip will handle that because he's so, mellow.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a problem, sir.
Trained in that area.
Yeah, go screw yourself. You got a problem with Emma, do you? Hey, Stone, you hear that? You hear that? That's called laughter. Thank you. Comedy. Laughter.
That's what a lot of people come here for, a laugh. And we do laugh a lot.
Yeah.
I must say, like, in listening to comedy and all of that in most of my life and all of that, I've never laughed as much as I have in the last 2 years here with you lot.
I hadn't either.
This is fucking great.
I hear them saying they're coming for laughs, but I never actually hear them laugh.
Oh, did you not hear Stone with his manic laughter the other day?
Oh boy.
That's that I've been schooled laughter.
I don't think he knows what that is. It's just laughter to him. He doesn't know different levels, what levels are, so I don't think he could figure that out.
Yeah, I don't want to laugh at him, like, because
I find it quite sad that these people have been deceived like they have been.
It is extremely sad that we've been deceived like we have.
Wow, that didn't half sound like you were a drone then. Like Brian had just hit your please
this
repeat
is very,
button.
very difficult to come to terms with.
Yeah, we could be talking to like an AI sort of bot thing. It's just like it hears like a trigger word and it just like plays this like recording.
Well, that's one down. Now the rest.
Yeah, we have to see what happens when Stone goes back in there.
Blarting as well.
4 or 5 billion people.
Billion? Wow.
How many of them? There's like almost 8
not
billion
putting
people.
all of those people in that group that don't know that a straight line isn't straight.
How many people do you think they're lying about the shape of the Earth?
No, just this is straight lines and curves, dude. We can't go to any more advanced stuff than that. Yeah.
Ultimately, they're lying about the shape of the Earth, correct?
Is that why you're getting overly dramatic? Because you're imagining way more.
I'm
we are just talking about the concept or the understanding of a straight line.
This breaks down years of my indoctrination, years of education that have indoctrinated me into these catacombs of illusion. And I'm trying desperately to break out from these. And if you could just treat me with kid gloves for a little while, that would be great.
Yeah. Well, look, haven't we already been doing that?
I think that's Emma's department, isn't it?
I mean, for goodness sakes, I told you to go take a warm bath.
He wants to be handled with kid gloves.
No, Brian, that's definitely not my department.
It's not a goat thing, Crafty Keeler, is it? I've heard
Oh, Saint Crafty Keeler.
Yeah. Yeah, Reds is meant to be having a debate with her, isn't he? Have you heard about that?
Oh, is that the price he's got to pay?
I don't know why she's...
Now I have to make Keeler look good again, so she can carry on.
So she can help
with the
Reds
scamming
come
of
back
people.
And make Reds look good.
Get some nice little bit of money out of that.
Mm.
Oh dear. Well, wipe the tears from my eyes now.
Is he gone yet? Oh, fuck's sake.
If you enjoyed the content, please support On the Level and future projects. Membership subscriptions available now, or come and get involved at Next Level Discord server. Thank you.